See students, in the figure, this is P2Q. This length is L by 2 and this length is L by 2, and a wire is arranged in this way and it is moving in the magnetic field with velocity v. Now I want to find out EMF produced due to motion of this coil. So in order to find out EMF produced within this coil, what is the basic relation for EMF? Is equal to B L into V. Here B and V is velocity and as well as magnetic field, they are constant. But what about L? L is length of the conductor. This is of conductor. And remember, this is a vector quantity. So whenever you are dealing with this vector, you should take it from P to Q, this displacement. So I am taking this as L dash. Okay, this length from P to Q, it is L dash. Therefore, EMF produced within this case is equal to B V into L dash. Let me take this as equation number 1. Now you can take this length as X, this length as X. How do you write L dash? L dash is equal to 2 times X. But what is X? X can be written as L by 2 into sine theta. This 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So L dash will be equal to L sine theta. That I will substitute here. This is equation number 2. EMF induced will be equal to B V L sine theta. This is the effective EMF produced due to motion of the coil. So likewise, just now how we have solved the previous case, this is also one more simple example where a wire of length L1 and L2 is bent in the form of arc with an angle theta 1 plus theta 2 and moving with velocity v. I should now calculate EMF produced over here. So in order to find out EMF produced over here, this is the starting point where current starts and this is the ending point. So effective length, when we are calculating, you need to take effective length as this. This is the effective length. This is L effective. Now from the bigger triangle, let me take this as triangle O, A, B and C. From triangle OAC, you can write this distance I am considering it as y, this distance I am considering it as y dash. Y is equal to L1 into sine theta 1. Similarly, from triangle ABC, y dash is equal to L2 sine theta 2 because they are opposite sides. L effective will be equal to y plus y dash, which is equal to L1 sine theta 1 plus L2 sine theta 2. So I can write down EMF induced will be equal to B L effective into velocity v. This is B V into L effective is L1 sine theta 1 plus L2 sine theta 2. This is the EMF produced within this coil. Now let us solve one problem based on electromagnetic induction, that is motional EMF. Figure shows a conducting rod PQ on contact with metal rails RP and SQ, which are 0.25 meter apart. So that means between these two rails, the length is 0.25 meter. L is equal to 0.25 meter. And A magnetic field of 0.4 Tesla acting perpendicular to the plane of the paper. Ends R and S are connected through 5 ohm resistor. What is the EMF when the rod moves to the right side with velocity 5 meter per second? What is the magnitude and direction of current through the 5 ohm resistance? If the rod PQ moves to the left with the same speed, what will be the new current and its direction? You should calculate new current and its direction. So this is the question where you need to apply the concept of motional EMF. Motional EMF is equal to BL into V, where V is velocity. Now the rod PQ is in motion. It is moving with velocity 5 meter per second. Therefore, whenever the rod PQ is moving on the rail, it will produce some EMF, and that EMF which is produced over here will be acting as a battery for the circuit. Therefore, you can redraw this circuit like this. Okay, this is some EMF induced over there, and it is 5 ohm resistance connected over there. Now the current produced within this can be calculated or can be found by using Fleming's right hand rule. Gives direction of current in the circuit. Okay, now use your right hand rule, right hand, and you can identify the direction of the current. Check it up. This is magnetic field. Magnetic field is into the screen of the screen, into the screen inside. So magnetic field, you need to place this finger inside towards into the screen. And velocity is in which direction? Velocity is right side. So velocity is right side. This is velocity. And the thumb gives the direction. See here, this is right hand rule. Thumb, middle finger, and thumb, index finger, and middle finger. These are the three fingers which we will be using. Now it is that this is velocity, this is magnetic field, and this gives the direction of current. Velocity is in which direction? Right side. Velocity is right side, and magnetic field is into. Current is denoted by this middle finger. So current is produced in upward direction. Therefore, here you can take current as I induced in upward direction. So what is EMF produced over here? EMF produced will be equal to BLV. EMF is equal to, what is B here? Magnetic field is 0.4 Tesla. L is length of the conductor. It is 0.25. And V is velocity, which is 5 meter per second. And this is in volt, because EMF will be in volt. So EMF produced will be equal to 25 into 4. It is 100 into 10 power minus 3 into 5. This is equal to 5 into 10 power minus 1 volt. So EMF induced will be equal to 0.5 volt. This is voltage produced. Now I want to calculate current induced in the circuit. So induced current I will be equal to EMF divided by resistance R. I will be equal to 0.5 volt divided by resistance of the circuit is 5 ohm. This is 0.5 ampere. Current in the circuit is 0.5 ampere. So magnitude and direction of current has been calculated in this resistor. It is 0.1 ampere passing through the circuit. If the velocity direction is reversed, what would happen? the magnitude of current will remain same, but the direction of current would undergo change. If velocity is reversed, magnitude of current is same, but direction is opposite. So it will be from P to Q. So previously it is from Q to P, but now when the direction of velocity is reversed, it will be from P to Q. Magnitude will remain same. There is no change in the magnitude of the current. A loop A, B, C, D contains two resistors R1 and R2 as shown in the figure. The magnetic field B is directed outward to the plane of the paper, that means plane of the screen. A sliding conductor EF of length L and of negligible resistance moves to the right side. That sliding rod, it is moving right side with uniform velocity V as shown in the figure. Determine current in each branch. You should calculate current in each branch of the circuit. Now you can redraw this circuit. See, first find out in which direction current pass through. Magnetic field is towards my side, velocity is right side. So you can use right hand rule, but now this time this index finger should be pointed towards my side. Index finger should be towards my side. And this is velocity. Thumb finger should be right side. Then middle finger will be pointed towards downward. Therefore, now current in this circuit will be downward. Okay. Now I will redraw this circuit with battery. Here is resistor and this is battery, and here is one more resistor, and this battery gives current which is in downward direction, and that current I comes here and it gets divided into two parts. It is I1 and it is I2. This is resistance R2, this is resistance R1. So moving coil within magnetic field is identical to the battery because it produces some EMF in the circuit. I need to first calculate that EMF produced over here. So EMF induced will be equal to B L V. B is magnetic field, L is length of the conductor, V is velocity. This is as usual BLV, that is EMF produced in the circuit. Now current I1 and like R1 and R2 are connected to the same battery. R1 and R2 are connected to same battery. They are in parallel. As they are connected in parallel, I can write I1 is equal to V divided by R1. But what is V? V is equal to BLV, voltage. This is voltage divided by resistance. Voltage produced within the circuit is BLV divided by R1. So current in the circuit I1 is equal to BLV divided by R1. Current in the second resistor I2 will be equal to BLV divided by R2. So these are the values of current I1 and I2 in each branch of the circuit. Yeah, students, here we have two parallel rails with negligible resistance. So these two rails are negligible resistance and they are at a distance of 10 centimeter apart. They are connected by 5 ohm resistor. The circuit also contains two metal rods having resistances of 10 ohm and 15 ohm along the rails. The rods are pulled away from the resistor at constant speed 4 meter per second and 2 meter per second respectively. A uniform magnetic field of magnetic field 0.1 Tesla is applied perpendicular to the plane. Determine current in 5 ohm resistor. You need to calculate current in this resistor. Now as velocity v1 is moving left side, velocity v2 it is moving right side. So therefore current directions are also indicated in the circuit. So when the coil is moving right side, current will be going upward. When the coil is moving left side, obviously current should come downward. That we have already discussed in the previous examples as well. And these two conductors are also having some resistance. So what would happen now? Moving coils in magnetic field produce EMF and current pass through them. So I can just replace these two wires with batteries now. I'll simply redraw the circuit like this. This is one battery and it have some resistance, and in middle there is one resistor, and there is one battery over here, and there is one resistor over here, and this battery produces some EMF. I'll now write down the values of resistors here. One metal rod having a resistance of 10 ohm, and the other one is having a resistance of 15 ohm, and this is having resistance of 5 ohm. It produces some EMF. I am considering it as E1 and I am considering this as E2. So current in this is I1 downward, current in this is I2 upward. Both comes over here. This current comes here and this current comes over here. So I1 comes over here and it enter into this region. It will be I1 minus I2. I1 minus I2 is the current entering into this 5 ohm resistor. Just I have used Kirchhoff voltage law and I have divided the currents in the circuit. So first let me write down what is EMF E1. E1 is equal to BLV1. L is length of the conductor, B is magnetic field, same. Magnetic field is given as 0.01 Tesla. L is length of the conductor. They are separated by a distance of 10 into 10 power minus 2 centimeter. I am converting it into meter. And velocity V1, it is 4 meter per second. So E1 will be equal to 4 into, this is 10 power minus 2, 10 power minus 2, 10 power minus 4. And it is 10 power minus 3. This is equal to 4 millivolt E1. E2 is equal to 0.01, 10 into 10 power minus 2, and velocity is 2. Therefore, E2 will be equal to 2 millivolt. E1 and E2 values, voltage we have calculated. After calculating the voltage, what we will do? We will now find out the currents in the circuit. So in order to calculate current in the circuit, you can use Kirchhoff law, Kirchhoff voltage law. You can take either this loop or you can take either this loop. Okay. So if I take this loop, you will get I2. You will get two equations. You need to solve them so that you will be getting I1 and I2. Let me name this as A, B, C, D, E, and F. Now take this loop. For loop A, B, C, F, A, B, C, F, A. For this loop, I can write current entering into this 15 ohm resistor is I2. It is in the same direction, minus 15 I2 plus E2. E2 is 2 millivolt and minus current in this 5 ohm resistor is I1 minus I2 into this 5 ohm should be equal to 0. This gives you minus 15 I2 plus 2 milli minus 5 I1 plus 5 I2 is equal to 0. Minus 15 I2 plus 5 I2, it become minus 10 I2 minus 5 I1 plus 2 milli. This is equation number 1. Likewise, you take another loop. Take this loop. For loop C, D, E, F, C. For this loop C, D, E, F, C. You are going along this D to E. From D to E, you are going along this battery E1. E1 we have already calculated it as plus 4 milli, and going along this resistor 10 ohm, it will be minus 10 I1, and going along this 5 ohm resistor, it is minus 5 I1, and minus of minus will become plus 5 I2 plus 5 I2 is equal to 0. So I think I have made one small mistake when I am taking the loop A, B, C, F, A. It is minus 15 and this is 2 milliampere. You are going in opposite direction, so here it should be plus. I am sorry. It will be plus 5 I1 and this is minus 5 I2. Minus 15 minus 5, it become minus 20 I2 and plus 5 I1 plus 2m, that is equation number 1. I'm sorry. So it is coming in opposite direction, right? So we are going in opposite direction to the loop. So you should take plus over there. Now this comes 4 milli minus 10 minus 5 minus 15 I1 and plus 5 I2 is equal to 0. Right? This is equation number 2. Solve this equation 1 and equation 2. How do you solve it? It is minus 15 I1 plus 5 I2 is equal to minus 4 milli. And the second one, it is minus 20. I'll write it reverse. Just I'll make it this way. So plus 5 I1 minus 20 I2 is equal to minus 2 milli. You need to solve these two equations so that you will get I1 and I2. This is like we are using Kirchhoff laws and we are solving the problem. We are calculating currents in the circuit. Next question. A square loop of side A, this is the square loop whose side is A, is placed in the same plane as long wire carrying a current I. Now current I is passing in this. The center of loop is at a distance R. This is distance R. Center of the loop is at distance R from the wire, where R is greater than A. That means side of the loop is very much greater than that of A. The loop is moved away from the wire with a constant velocity V. The EMF induced in the loop is dash. You are supposed to calculate EMF induced in the circuit. As we know, whenever a coil is in motion with respect to external magnetic field, it will produce some EMF. What is basic relation for EMF produced? EMF induced will be equal to BLV. This is equation number 1. V is velocity, however, we do not have any problem with that. L is length of the conductor, B is magnetic field. You can use either this equation or you can write EMF induced will be equal to minus of d pi divided by dt. Of course, here also you should take one minus. Minus of d pi by dt, where pi is equal to B dot A Here B is magnetic field, which is variable. Magnetic field is variable because when the coil is moving outward from the current carrying conductor, you are moving outward, therefore magnetic field decreases. So B is variable, therefore area of cross section I will put it out minus dB divided by dt, because pi is equal to B dot A. Pi is equal to B dot A. So I'll just write A is area of cross section of that square loop and B is magnetic field. Now how to calculate magnetic field? B is equal to mu naught I divided by 2 pi small r. Initially the magnetic field B is mu naught I divided by 2 pi r, that we have already derived. Now A is area of cross section. It is pi. This is a square loop. It is side into side, that is A square. So I want to calculate induced EMF in the loop. In order to find out induced EMF in the loop, you will be writing it as minus A square into d by dt of variable magnetic field mu naught I divided by 2 pi r. Now you can just bring out the constants. Minus A square mu naught I divided by 2 pi is constant. It is d by dt of 1 by r. This is variable. Okay. It is minus A square into mu naught I divided by 2 pi. It is 1 by r, d by dx of 1 by x is equal to minus 1 by x square. It is minus 1 divided by r square into dr divided by dt. It is minus A square mu naught I divided by 2 pi into minus of minus will become plus 1 by r square into dr by dt is rate of change of position of the coil. So that is velocity v. Since dr by dt is equal to v. So EMF finally induced within the circuit is equal to mu naught I A square divided by 2 pi r square into velocity v. This is the final expression for EMF produced in the circuit.